I am lost in admiration for the way in which my friend would not allow his difficult past to influence his attitude to others in the future. He was not going to behave in the way those who should have known better had behaved towards him. Instead, he deliberately chose paths of love and forgiveness. Despite their lack of attention, he loved his family and always spoke of them in glowing terms. What an example to follow in these days of gloomy news and murky weather, when the worst thing is neither of those, but not being able to embrace our families as we usually would. Perhaps now is the time to take every opportunity to mend fences and build bridges, to take responsibility and be a light shining through the gloom. My friend would never come into church for worship, but often told me how he knew God had cared for and guided him all his life. For me, his humility was the most glowing of all his virtues. Jesus once told a story to some Pharisees, people who were sure they were right with God. They looked down on everyone else. He said to them, 2 men went up to the temple to pray. One was a Pharisee. The other was a tax collector, the lowest of the low in those days. The Pharisee stood by himself and prayed, God, I thank you that I am not like other people. I am not like robbers or those who do other evil things. I'm not even like this tax collector. But the tax collector stood further away than the Pharisee. He would not even look up to heaven. He brought his hand to his heart and prayed, God, have mercy on me. I am a sinner. And Jesus went on, I tell you, the tax collector went home accepted by God, but not the Pharisee. All those who lift themselves up will be made humble, and those who make themselves humble will be lifted up. I'd like to close with the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life.